So, Thalia, how do you deal with difficult bridesmaids?
Oh, Jesus. Let's say a little prayer real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, I'm for it. Because, listen.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, she said.
No, I mean, listen, bridesmaids are great. I love great energy, right? It's less pressure for me because I walk in thinking, oh girl, you got to set the tone for her, right? But let's be honest, you have some that are difficult to work with, right? And that's another part of being very careful on how you choose your vendors, right? Because someone could be great at their skill, but not know how to work in high chaos environments, right?
Yes.
So I think the best thing to do is just walk in with the most positive energy possible. You teach people how to treat you. I think that's also it mirrors the same idea of if you walk in with a bad attitude, guess what?
I agree. However, my coordinator, our coordinator for finance planning, sometimes I get those phone calls like, Melissa,
Not the Melissa.
I think you want to give the bride a call or something.
Oh my God.
Because it can get so difficult with certain bridesmaids. Although you provided the timeline, and we usually do a very detailed timeline, the schedule, who's going first, second, and third. And you'll have this this one bridesmaid that's strolling in very late past her appointment time, you know, and coming in with really high strong attitude, you know. And me, I feel that you are in the wedding party and you understand what's happening during that morning.
Right.
Okay? You know, it's a lot going on.
Right.
And I think the best thing you can do is keep it cool. So that you do not, so that energy doesn't transfer to our bride.
Absolutely.
Because what happened once our bride gets a swift of what's going on, then she gets irritated.
And it's hard to come back down from that, right?
Yes, and her eyes are red. You know, she's upset. Her pictures are looking, you know, slightly smiling and slightly angry. And you just don't want that. And I think in a position of being a bridesmaid, you should understand, you know, once you say yes to being a bridesmaid, I think that you should understand that there's a lot that comes with it. And if you don't, ask that bride, give me a moment. I'll get back to you. Get the details. Call somebody who's been a bridesmaid. And if you feel that this is for you, or, you know, and it's not for you,
it's okay to say no too. Offer your support in whatever other way you can. It's okay to say no to the bride and say you're unable at this time. You don't think that you are in a position to offer your best support as it relates to being a bridesmaid, and show up in another way. There are plenty other positions that you can take on in the wedding.
And there should be no hard feelings.
No, not at all.
There should be no hard feelings when it comes to the bride. If someone says that they cannot be on your wedding and your bridal party, I definitely think that they're doing you a favor. Because they understand that it could be financially they cannot afford it, or, you know, emotionally they're not able to be there. So when they agree to be there as a guest or love, I wouldn't say agree, it's not a business transaction, but they want to support you by showing up on your day and party with you, that's all they can do. And you as a friend as well should support that.
Right.
But when you say yes,
it's a duty. It's a very serious duty that you take on. And as far as a direct resolution for that, like let's say you walk in and you can see the shift in the atmosphere by this particular attitude, right? For one, I can say for starters, when it comes to planning, you know, everyone's budget is different. You have a planner, they suggest a certain thing. As far as for glam, I would say secure a room, whether it be an Airbnb or a hotel, have a room for yourself. I think that has literally, that has made such a difference. When I think about all the brides that I've encountered, it allows for, the seclusion allows for the bride to have a moment to kind of just be alone and
Yes.
like think about what she's about to embark on, right? And depending on the size of your bridal party, it can be a lot, right? You want everyone there to love on you, the great energy, but I think just having that moment in the day, which is the only time when you think about it that the bride is gonna really have a chance to sit, be still, and do nothing.
Yes,
you have
that's true.
no choice but to sit there, get your hair done, get your makeup done, have a room where and I'm not afraid to be the bad guy, right? I'll tell them, I say, listen, respectfully, I'll do it in the most professional, sincere way, but I'll just whisper and say, hey girls, so-and-so needs a moment. Do you think we can just give her this hour? You know, because again, like I'm trying to create this atmosphere where she feels like it's an escape, right? Away
Yes.
from what she has going on right now.
Yes.
So just having a room to yourself, but also having a timeline outside of what the planner provides is big for me. So whether I'm doing a bridal party with my team of 12 or a party of 3, including the bride, I give them a timeline for myself, right? So if Sharkeisha comes in. Sharkeisha is the name that came to mind, and we're running with it. Sharkeisha is going to be first to get her makeup done. Have a respective time for her. And then Katrina is next. She's going to be at 12:30. When everyone sees respective times, you know, it gives them a sense of responsibility. Oh, okay, I have to be in the chair at 12 o'clock. That's my job, right? So whatever else you have going on that you have to do beforehand, take care of little man, make sure he's straight. You know what I'm saying? You do that. But by 12 o'clock, if you're not in the chair, there's a grace period that, you know, you got 10 minutes.
So it's not just that. When you decide that you're going to deviate from what the schedule is, you holding back the whole process. And everyone's gonna be running late, you know, and especially when you're walking with an attitude or you don't want to sit down, you know, whatever we do understand, you know, situations happen, but you do also have to show respect to the people around you and understand that you are here supporting your girl, you know. So in a nutshell, you know, we just want to say that, you know, have grace and understand that the bride is going through a lot of pressure. She can be calm as possible, but at the end of the day, she's feeling so tense, okay, that, okay, I'm about to take this big step, you know, and they're also thinking, is everything going right? Is everything going the way we planned? So we shouldn't add. We definitely shouldn't add.
Agreed.
We are definitely going to have more of Thalia. We'll be right back.
Attention all brides-to-be, elevate your wedding day look with the exquisite bridal jewelry and headpiece from Jewels by Charles. Our collection features unique and luxurious design crafted to make you shine on your special day. Follow us on Instagram at Jewels by Charles for a glimpse into our stunning creation. Whether you prefer in-person or virtual consultation, we're here to help you find that perfect piece to complement your style. Make your bridal dreams come true with Jewels by Charles.
Another question for you. So what would you say to the upcoming bride?
Let's put this as simple as possible. The things that we overlook. The day, it's one day, right? It's about you and your partner. Whatever transpires outside of the plan that you guys have made or the planner's plans, whatever it may be, absorb the day for everything that it has to offer, right? Don't hyper think of this one little issue. Let it go, let God, right? We're humans. We're not perfect. Things are going to happen. Your only job is to be present and think about the moment when you walk down the aisle and you see the love of your life. And that's the thing. I think we're so wrapped up in everything going viral and everything looking like the perfect picture that we forget about what this day is about. You are marrying the love of your life. That's the only thing that should matter. And I want that to be I want us to get back to that being the focal point of wedding days.
Yes.
Although as vendors, we know it's a huge part of what helps us get more notice and recognized, you know, across social media. Let's also for ourselves, speaking to us, not lose sight of why we're here.
It's bigger.
It's bigger than us. It's bigger than...
It's not just planning a wedding. It's also helping someone to celebrate their love, their commitment.
Absolutely.
And having cherished people around them to do so.
Absolutely.
And we really have to put that in the forefront. Helping a bride and a groom to have this momentous day without making it about us.
Absolutely. So it's a balance. Because yeah, we got to get our content and we want to, like, you know, position them where it looks like it's going to sell across the media. But for me, at least, that's something that I want my position in the industry to be impactful in this way, where we're celebrating love, right? I'm a girl's girl. I'm a Disney girl. Call it what you may. Call it corny. I love love. Right? So I don't care if it's an intimate wedding, if it's an elopement, if it's a massive wedding. When I'm with my bride, and like, it's so funny, I always laugh at the fact that I'm like, I don't even know this lady, but I'm standing here like with her, like, you know, touch-up kit, and I'm crying looking at her recite her vows, because I'm like, girl, you don't even know her. But because I'm in love with love, and I'm just so happy to see yet another couple, you know, embarking on this life journey together, you know?
Don't call it corny. Listen, I watch Disney movies every chance I get. I have the whole package, Hulu, Disney, and at any point of the day, I feel like watching Cinderella, the original one, you know, I go back to the, you know, to that. So no, I think a lot of us growing up, that's where we first fell in love, right? Watching this beautiful story, and we want to experience that, you know, the prince coming and sweeping you off your feet kind of thing. And then we realize it's not like that, but but yeah, it's not corny, you know. I think and you know, in a way, these kind of things, they set us up for, you know, for what we're doing right now, you know, wanting to set that perfect atmosphere for our clients, you know, at the end of the day.
Chaque fois nous shooter, nous toujours fait valser. Bonne nouvelle.
And we are back with more with Thalia. So tell me, what's next for BYM Artistry?
Why do you keep saying it like that? Like, I love it.
I just love how you have it, you know, BYM.
So I should say that it stands for beautifully made, right? So the B, the Y, the M are the capitalized letters, but it's spelled beautiful, but it's B-U. So that's where the B-Y-M stands, comes in. But I will say I am going in the direction of opening more of a space to kind of guide the upcoming artists that are, you know, aspiring to be whatever, even if it's not bridal, right? But just in the category of makeup and beauty. I think my 10 years in the industry, I have learned so much. There's so much trial and error. There's so many things that I look back on and I'm like, I wish I had some type of mentor or a guide, you know, because 2014, this wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I want to create a space for upcoming artists to learn the industry in a very different way than what we are, what's shown, right, through social media, because we know that most of the time it's just the highlights, right? So not that I want to add a negative light to it, but I want to present the real, right? Just like how, you know, you think about growing up and you're like, why ain't nobody tell me adulting was so ghetto?
Oh my good Lord, not recommending, 0 stars.
0 stars. I want it to be a space where they're like, okay, this is actually what I can prepare to walk into, right? So having the tools and all the necessary information to give them a better, guide them better to success is something that I'm really passionate about. And as far as for myself, I am not linear. I'm very one-dimensional, right? So, you know, even outside of recording, I had a conversation with you about imposter syndrome. I think that's something that we all struggle with a little bit.
Yes.
And, you know, I think being in a position where you are known and you've made a name and are being recognized for one particular thing, oftentimes we're boxed in. So I'm now just on a journey of going back to the things that at my core I am, comedy, you know, making people laugh. Or
That's great to know that you did stand-up comedy. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's brave.
I ain't gonna say it on camera, but I told you it's what happens for me to gain this composure. Yeah, that's our little secret. But yeah, no, it's who doesn't love to laugh, right? So even incorporating that into business, you can still be the professional that you are and show your personality. It's okay. It's not a crime. We're all people, right? And I think people buy you before they're buying whatever you're selling. Before you're selling finance planning, they want to know who Melissa is.
Yes.
And they want to love who Melissa is. And then they're sold on whatever it is that you are offering, you know? So yeah, I'll say that.
That's amazing. Thalia, it was amazing having this conversation with you. I love your personality. I love what you stand for.
Thank you.
And we thank you for being this stand-up professional in the beauty industry. And we thank you for how you're virtually or unknowingly coaching the upcoming beauty consultants or makeup artists, whatever they inspired to be. You have indirectly inspired a lot of people.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being so transparent.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on set with the Before the Veil team.
Thank you for having me. This was such a pleasure. I'm so honored. As I told you before, I am so privileged to even sit here with you. You know, you're a busy lady. I mean, you're planning weddings of, you know, people a year out from now. So,
yes.
But no, I really appreciate this space. It felt great to just be not just a professional, you know, but also just letting your hair down and just allowing people to get a close-up of who we are. I think that's a lost art nowadays. So you providing this space is not something that I don't think anyone will take lightly. I certainly don't. So thank you so much. And you are stunning. Like, why you gotta look like this though?
I mean, I know I was coming to meet you, so definitely I had to, you know, trying to get something together.
You didn't try, but it's okay. We'll pretend. But thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for watching the Before the Veil. And I hope this information that we're bringing to you is impactful and it serves you for your upcoming event or for anything that you have coming up. Until next time, Before the Veil.
Thanks for tuning in.